Barakatah YAHAWAH, BaHa YAHAWASHI, BaHa RAWCHAA QADASH. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is The Bottom Line Is. And the bottom line is that we got to get the fuck out of this place. That's the bottom line. You know, which it's coming. You know, it's coming. It's right around the corner. Right around the corner. You know, and pretty much I've been, you know, waiting for the Spirit to hit me with a lesson. This was sent to me a couple of times, you know, and it just popped back up again. This is from News Punch. As you can see here, I'm not going to read it. You can read it for yourself. You know, that's that Gil Bates dude. He wants to do this into the what? To what? The what? And I'm not going to read the article. I didn't even put it in the description box. Matter of fact, I'll put it in. I'm sure, you know, you brothers already seen this because it was sent to me a couple of times already. You know, and pretty much this is the Frankenstein devil that we're dealing with. This is the madness that we have to be subjected to with these devils or from these devils. As long as they're in power and in control, you know, the whole world is going to be all effed up. Matter of fact, let's get one precept and then I'll go to the other article. I'll put that in also in the comments section. Isaiah 24:4. It says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. So the earth is in mourning and it's fading. Why? Because of this monster that's ruling. This monster that's ruling. I mean, that's the best, one of the best words to describe him. This goddamn monster. This thing. This, you know, mad scientist, mad demon. This intolerable, you know, unimaginable demonic presence, you know, and force that is with this goddamn devil and the things that he's doing. He gotta go. 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 And that's it. So the bottom line is we got to get the fuck out of here. You know, I tried to keep it PC, but, you know, hey, man, after a while, you just get sick and tired of these goddamn devils, man. Fauna Nociva. And shalom, you know, to the sincere Akim out there, the Aquaf. Shalom to the hermano out there in Mexico. Shalom. So the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Why? Because of the devil that's in power. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. So the whole entire planet is defiled under the inhabitants. And it's not just talking about the people living here. It's talking about these devils that are in control, in power. Let me just hold on. He'll hold this on deck. It's either the 11th chapter or the 14th chapter. Just bear with me. Yep, beautiful. I'll leave it there. You know, it's the devil that's in power. These devils, these demons, these horrible, you know, demonic, you know, beings, you know, that are running rampant on the earth. You know, they're giving the earth into their hand. They have the power to do right, but they ain't gonna do right because they are the wicked. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. You know, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. And that's exactly what he's doing. So it's impossible that those devils that are over there in the land of, you know, Yasha right now are the people of the Most High. They are the devil that the Bible speaks of. Now you have Israelites that are scattered among them, but they are the devil. They are the Satan incarnate on the planet. They are the sons and the daughters of the spiritual demon Satan. All right? And they must go. They got to go. That is the only way to reestablish righteousness upon this earth, is for this monster to be taken down. to be removed. And that's exactly what Yahawashi and the angels are coming to do. To remove this horrible creature, you know, from the black lagoon or from the red lagoon, whatever you want to call it. You know, this devil has to go. That's the bottom line. So it says, the earth also is defiled unto the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. So they have destroyed everything. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth. Now what does this go back to? That goes back to Cain. You know, and I believe the Lord told Cain that he would curse the earth for his sake, or something like that. Let's see. See if we could pull this up. Right. Genesis 4:10, and he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground, which is what? The earth. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. And also is dealing with him, with the mark that was put upon, the M-A-R-K that was put upon him, which was dealing with what? With leprosy. It says, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And this right there, those two verses say so much about this devil. So that curse followed that seed line every time they came back, because they were destroyed during the flood, and they came back through a so-called black and a black man and a so-called black woman by the name of Isaac and Rebekah. His name is Esau. You know, the original true red people of the earth. All right. The devils that the Bible speaks of. And there's no coincidence that the scriptures call the devil red. The spiritual demon Satan is not red. He is not that individual you see on the red hot pepper bottle. You know, the hot sauce bottle. You know, painted as red. No, that is talking about the so-called white man. The ones whose line goes back to the Edomites. That's who the red is talking about. This is why it's called the scarlet colored beast. That's why the dragon was red. When this devil came out, he was red. His name was changed to Edom, which also means red. And the name Esau means wasted away is he. What was wasted on him? The pigment, you know, on his flesh. You know, and these are all signs of who the devil is. But the Most High, YAHAWAH is so powerful that he even made some of his own children, Israelites, look like these devils. Ain't that something? So, going back to Isaiah 24:6, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Yeah, because there's going to be a total devastation and destruction coming upon the earth. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. Yeah, because of what? The devil that's in power. And he's destroying everything purposely. You know, growing lab-grown meat. You know? Trying to give people those protein bars, as in the movie Snowpiercer. And those protein bars were made out of cockroaches. You know? I said it like that on purpose, all right? Cockroaches. You know, when you watch that movie. So that's what they want to do for the future. That's why I said you're going to eat insects and bugs. You're going to own nothing, and you're going to be happy. Soylent Green. You know, let this devil rule, and this is what happens. But there's a reward for all of that fuckery that they're doing. You know, and it's about to be manifested once the Lord comes and takes this devil out. So the bottom line is we got to get the fuck out of here, and this devil got to go. Now, the next one I have here is SciTech Daily. Grow and eat your own using plants as factories. You see? Now, I didn't get a chance to read this. You know, this was actually last year, 2022. I'm not sure what this goes into. I just saw that. So I don't know if they're saying to use, you know, these plants as your, you know, protection against viruses, or if they're talking about infusing anything into these foods in order to get those, you know, things in your system. Like I said, I didn't read it. I just saw the the headline on it, or whatever that's called, and I just kind of grabbed it up. So, Lord's will I get a chance, I'm gonna read through it, see what it says. I put it in the chat so you could watch. I mean, so you could read it for yourself. So Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. This is not our rest. We were not brought here to have a vacation, to have a good job, a good career, you know, to set up a retirement plan. You know, we were brought here to suffer. We were brought here to be persecuted and to be chastised and to be purged of our iniquities, the wickedness that we've done. We were not brought here to prosper. So it says, because it is polluted. And we see that it's polluted. Matter of fact, let's look up this word polluted, see what it says. The word there is tama'ah, which we've done it before. To be unclean, become impure. Why? Because the normal cycle of life, the normal cycle of everything is off. It's off. It's off. That's off. Let's get real quick. Psalms 82. Yeah, everything it works with the ecosystem. The ecosystem is in perfect balance, or was in perfect balance, till this goddamn demon got into power. Matter of fact, let's get real quick 2 precepts. Proverbs, which your brother put this up already. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Now, when we jump down to the 16th verse, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases, but the righteous shall see their fall. And that's exactly what we're about to witness. YAHAWASHI said, I seen Satan fall as lightning. You know? So let's go to 1 Maccabees 1:7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule, every one in his place. These were all Edomites. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. And what? They began to rule. They began to give out orders. They began to set up policies. They began to establish laws and rules in different situations. Right? They started to destroy the earth. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth, because that was the beginning of the destruction, the total annihilation and destruction of the earth. Which Barakatah Yahawah Bashem Al-Shai, the earth is going to always remain. But if this devil was allowed, he would destroy everything. You know? They are not healers. They are diseases. They are viruses. They are pestilence. Beware of the beast man, you know, and that's a perfect, you know, that's a perfect analogy of these devils, the beast man. So to become unclean, become impure. So when you, oh man, look at that. To defile oneself, be defiled sexually, by idolatry. I mean, all manner of debauchery, you know, and that's how this place has become polluted. Because there's an ecosystem that is supposed to work. The ecosystem is the, like you could say, the immune system of the earth. And this is what helps it to maintain. This is what helps keep this, you know, the so-called flora in the gut. You know, the different, you know, nutrients that are necessary for the earth to function. It takes everything, you know, everything from the air that we breathe, to the grass when it grows, to the air, to the water, to the unclean animals on the earth, to the unclean animals or fish in the sea, to the unclean birds, you know, to the worms in the earth that these devils pull out to go fishing. Worms, when they eat whatever they eat, and they poop, you know, when they poop, when they take a shit, you know, that shit has an ingredient in it that replenishes the soil and the nutrients in the soil. This is why the Lord created the worms. But what do these devils do? They pull them out the earth and sell them so that people could go fishing. You know, so everything works with everything. The pigs eat garbage. The unclean animals eat garbage. The unclean birds eat roadkill and eat different things. And then they poop, and then that whole system keeps going. The unclean fish in the waters, the scavengers, they eat the garbage of the seas to keep the sea filtrated. Keep the filter. Those are the filters of the sea, of the land, of the air. But what do these devils do? They destroy them. They kill them. They eat them. So everything is fucked up. It says, it shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. This is why mentally we come out of this system. Now, in this case, this is what we use. But in the case of Revelation 13, that's talking about something physical. Like it's come to the point where these different camps out here, you know, especially in their leadership, they forgot how to discern between when something is literal or when something is spiritual. You know? So Psalms 82:5, it says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations are what? Out of course. Let's look up this word, out of course. The word there is mawat. Mawat. It says to totter, shake, slip. Yeah, when something is tottering or shaking or slipping, it's not functioning properly. When your transmission is slipping, what does that mean? There's something going on that's breaking that device down, and eventually it's going to give out. So the earth is in that situation where it's faltering, where the gears are skipping, the transmission is skipping. You know, the spark plugs aren't working properly. There's a puttering and sputtering and, you know, pop, 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 you know, backfiring and all that. Why? Because it's not running properly. It's not running on its natural course. Something is in it that is affecting, you know, the performance of that thing. And the thing that's fucked up is this, that the non-viscosity having ass Esau. And he's the problem that's destroying everything. He's the virus, he's the parasite in the gut. You know, he's the virus, you know, lurking in darkness, you know. You know, I'm being a little facetious, but I'm serious. You know, he is that main problem. And until this devil is not exterminated, that problem will not be in check. So when YAHAWASHI comes, he's going to put these devils in check. Because the only way that this devil will be put in check is to be put in chains. And once he is put in chains, then he will not be able to do this fuckery. This is why for 1,000 years he was put under those chains. The Lord put a dark cloud over them where they couldn't perform this madness that they're performing right now. Because this is what happens when you don't follow the guidelines. That's what the Lord said unto the wicked. Matter of fact, let's get that. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16. It says, but unto the wicked the Most High saith. Who is the wicked? The Edomites. The Most High saying, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Let's look up this word declare. The word there is sapar, which is book. The word book, or to recount. To count, recount, relate. All right? So what have you to do to even claim anything concerning my word? That's what the Lord is saying. Because you see these devils, they like to try to quote scriptures, you know, but they're not following what the scriptures say. Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, right? Because this covenant, this word, these statutes, these precepts give you instructions on what to do, how to maintain it, how to do it properly so that the whole machinery doesn't break down. And that's what we're experiencing right now. The machinery is breaking down because the individual that's in charge of keeping the maintenance has done a horrible job. He's fucked this place up. And no matter what you try to do, no matter what we try to do to try to, you know, keep our body in check, it doesn't only is only effective for so much. And the main effective part of it comes from the mercy of Yahawah Shem YAHAWASHI. Because the shit is so fucked up that no matter if you take the right shit, the body is not working, functioning properly because the vibration is totally off. It's off. It's off, man. It's off. That's off. You know? It says, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. Because the only reason why they have the Bible is because they know the Bible is a mechanism of control to the ones that are ignorant. You Israelites out there that don't know any better. This is why they use it in slavery. This is why you have a lot of Gadites, so-called North American Indians, and then Reubenites, so-called Seminole Indians, that shun the scriptures because it was used by these devils in their colonization and conquering, you know, that they use it so efficiently that it left a stain in the minds of these different tribes that they don't want to even deal with the Bible because they're looking at it as a book of the devil. And it's not the book of the devil. It was just used by them as a mechanism of control. And that's exactly what they did. Because they know that there's power in that book. But to follow the instructions of that book, they cannot. Because they are the wicked. They were estranged from the womb. So as soon as they're born, even before they're born to go off. They're not born to stay on track on something righteous, even if they have the knowledge of it. Because how much more plainer can you get than to have the instruction book within your grip, in your language? Isaiah 51. So the bottom line is we got to get the fuck out of here. These devils got to go. Isaiah 51:14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose. Who is the captive exile? We are. The Israelites. We are a nation, a royal nation in exile from our land. And a lot of Jakes are still exiled from their customs, their knowledge, the knowledge of the scriptures, their language, their heritage. It says, and that he should not die in the pit. Why? Because this pit is set up for destruction, set up for death. And the man that's running it is not a fair person. They are not a benevolent person. They're not a pious person. They're evil. They're wicked. Nor that his bread should fail. So when we look up this word captive exile, captive exile, the word there is taza'ai, to stoop, bend, incline. Right. When you're stooping, bending, and inclining, that means that you're a slave. So the slave that's been exiled from his home, from his customs, from his language, from his laws, statutes, and commandments. Let's go back. Hasteneth. The word hasteneth, the word is mahar, which means speed, speedily. To hasten, to be hurried, be anxious. So, being that we're in this condition, what's the mindset that we should have? To be delivered from this condition, to get the fuck out of here. So that the kingdom, the sooner the kingdom comes, the better. The sooner the kingdom comes, the sooner that this nightmare will be over. Let's go to, before I read that, let's go to Psalms. It's either 125 or 126. 126. Psalms 126:1. When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, meaning when he delivered us out of this captivity, this slavery, we were like them that dream. So it's going to be like a bad nightmare. You know? That's why it says, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. So from the moment we get up in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be glorious. And one of the main things is going to be, we're going to be happy that these devils were taken down, removed back into subjugation where they belong. Because they're animals that need to be controlled. You know? They are wild beasts. That's High Priest Ariel used to say. Beasts, priests. They're wild beasts that need to be controlled. They need to be locked up. They need to be chained. They need to be ruled. They need to be told what to do. That's the only way. And even if you tell them what to do, they're not going to do the right thing. So you got to knock them in the head with that iron rod that the Lord's going to give us. You know? So there's a solution to this demon. Is to put him in captivity and beat some sense into him. You know, beat him till he gets it. Beat him into submission, and that will take place in the kingdom of heaven. And that is the patience of the saints. We were like them that dream. So when the Lord delivers us, it's going to be like a dream, like a nightmare. So reading this again, the captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed. Let's look up the word loosed. The word there is pathach, which means open, to open. To open. You get the point. So in other words, to be delivered, to be freed, from this madness. We became mentally free. Now we're looking to be physically free. So it says, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. Right, because dealing with this devil, we're going to die in this prison, or we're going to, starve in this prison. You see what he's doing. But thank be to Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi that said, my servant shall eat, my servant shall rejoice, my servant shall drink. And eventually there'll be a deliverance from this hellhole. Now let's go to Revelation 11:18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, because when the Lord comes, he's going to put an end to all of the bullshit. And the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. Yeah, because this is what the prophets are waiting for, to get a reward for being, faithful and pious to Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi. And to the saints, the rest of Israel, and them that fear thy name. Get it? Small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So the Lord is coming to bring fire, vengeance, destruction, retribution, upon these devils that destroyed the earth. That's why it says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms shall be as when the Lord overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And it also says that thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. So this is diaphtero. To change for the worse, to corrupt of minds, morals. See, so they changing for the worse, and they corrupting the earth from its natural ecosystem. Then they're also corrupting the minds and the morals of the people. They're destroying it. So what do you think is going to happen to them? They're going to be destroyed. To destroy, ruin, to consume. And you get the rest. So the Lord said he's going to destroy them, which destroy the earth. So being that we're the captive exiles that are hastening to be loose, want the Lord to hurry up and destroy this place, that we shouldn't die in the pit, and that our bread should not fail, what manner of conversation shall we have? 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, dealing with the missiles, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the nuclear fire. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? We're supposed to be speaking about this ad nauseum, so people get sick and tired of hearing it. You tired of hearing it? Good. You know it's going to be destroyed, right? You know the MOTB is coming, right? You know the MOTB is the C-hip, right? Enough. Hey, well, we're supposed to keep speaking about it till it happens. The Lord said that his men will not keep silence. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the Most High. Hasting. Not falling back. Not, it comes when it comes. You know, not, well, you know, don't worry about your release date. When people go to prison, you know, they don't look for their release date. What the fuck are you talking about? All people look for when they get locked up is when they're going to get the hell out. But obviously some clowns, they love being in captivity. Why? Because their life is easy. You know, they're that house Negro. You know, they're that Sambo. They got them goodies and benefits because they're licking the master's ass and doing what the master wants them to do. So he gives them an easier task, an easier life. So, of course, if you're in that condition of being pampered and living a good life, you know, falling out of trucks and bottles falling out and talking about where the hoes at, of course you ain't going to be looking for the coming of the Lord. That's why it's going to come upon them as a thief in the night also. And all of you Israelites out there, you especially you heads, you leaders, the Lord is going to deal with you guys if you're not coming in the right spirit. Those of you that sold out, the Lord's going to get you. Those of you that took the bag, the Lord's going to get you. Those of you that know the true doctrine and the true names and all that, and you're playing around with the names of Yahawah, Bashem, Yahushai, the Lord's going to get you. It's just a matter of time. You know? And it's coming. It's coming. You should be in a spirit and mindset of wanting to get the fuck out of here. Not in the mindset of preparing for the long haul. The long haul ain't where it's at. Scriptures say if the Lord don't shorten those days, there shall no flesh be left to be saved. Do you see what these devils are doing? Do you still call us conspiracy theorists? Can't you see what they're up to? Can't you see how they're destroying everything? Can't you see how they're moving everything into a digitalized, centered economy and world? Are you that thick? Or are you bound because you took the bag? Either way, the Lord gonna break you. He gonna break you. Even the most stubborn horse out there gets broken. Eventually. And the Lord's gonna break you, individuals. So it says, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, when the heavens, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. This is what's going to bring balance back to the earth when YAHAWASHI comes back. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, where what? Wherein dwelleth righteousness. Because we're not comfortable here. We don't like it here. We're dealing because, you know, it's a part of, you know, it's the condition of the battle. But we're not pleased with this place. We wish the Lord would have destroyed this place years ago. But the Lord has a plan. This is his plan. He got to say so on when it's going to go down. And when he's ready, that's when it's going to go down. But in the meantime, and in between time, we're hastening for that day. Praying for the Lord to take this place out. And when he brings his wrath upon this place, that he remember us and have mercy upon us and deliver us. Because that in that day ain't going to be no mercy. The only mercy is going to be extended is going to be to the elect. And that's it, of the nation of Israel. There ain't going to be no in between. Oh, well, this guy, he was kind of cool, so, you know, slide him on the good side. No. Either you on the right side or you on the left side. That's it. To quote what Elder Apostle Tar said years ago. He was speaking down at Wall Street. He said, when the time comes, I'm only for the righteous. And that stuck with me all these years. I've always remembered that. Every once in a while that it pops up in my mind, because that is the truth. There ain't no in between. Even Moses said, look, those of you that are on the Lord's side, come over here. Those that are not, stay over there. So you got the right hand and you got the left hand. The elect will be on the right because they're wise, and the wicked will be on the left because they are fools. And that's it. You know? So with that, the bottom line is we got to get the fuck out of here. And these devils got to go. So Lord's will, you know, we you brothers and sisters out there, a few sisters out there have been edified. To the next time I say shalom. Should we still deal with the westernized black woman? Look, brother, that's your preference. If that's what you want to do, me personally, I don't suggest it, but if that's all that's available to you, or if that's what floats your boat, get down, but know that you're going to have trouble in the flesh, you know? And that's at the end of the day, when it comes to with a man dealing with his woman, that's between the man and the woman. That has nothing to do with anybody. No, really, honestly, you shouldn't be looking for any permission from another man, you know, and that's between you and the Most High and that woman, you know. So whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna do, because even if brothers tell you don't do something and you want to do it, you're gonna do it anyway, you know. So just, you know, hey, but if they seem demonic, then don't deal with them. But if a brother deal, because not every one of them is demonic. I mean, they all ain't right, but you do have some that are a little better than others, the ones that haven't been tainted. So if you happen to be, you know, blessed with finding a woman like that, then so be it. You know, because not every brother goes through woman problems, you know. So with that, like I said, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. To the next time I say shalom.